Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jump Up Supercast, the only podcast where the usual host is not here for the first episode of the new year. I am your backup host, Muzzy, and joining me today, I've got an all-star cast. I got the host of the Jump Up Supercast Game Club, Brandon.
Hey, I was really hoping you were going to do the same kind of intro that Will does, the only podcast on the internet thing. So I'm glad that you did that.
Yeah, no, I was there. I got it. I usually I don't, but this time I was like, you know what? I really gotta channel my inner Will. You know, we've got the tireless editor over here, Saf.
Tireless? I'm always tired.
Yeah, well, the man who's gonna keep us on track, Noah.
My New Year's resolution is to play more games.
And I've got Ills over here, I guess.
Well, thanks. I mean, I already missed Will. You made me miss Will. How is this possible? My fucking arch nemesis. Now I gotta deal with you.
Okay. For once, I wanted you to have the other way around. But so Will's not here, as you could tell today. So bear with us. We sent him on a very special mission to find the 2019 games. Where are they? He's gonna find where they're hidden and deliver them to us next week. But in the meantime, lads, let's talk about what's coming out this year. There's a lot to talk about. There's so many games, so we each have 2 games that we want to talk about. In reality, there's a lot more we want to talk about, but we gotta limit ourselves to to 2.
Yeah, we don't want people to look at it and be like, oh, a 30-hour podcast? I ain't got time for that.
And we could go on for 30 hours about the games of 2019.
For 30 hours,
but
please.
For the sake of Saf, who has to edit this podcast, we've limited ourselves to 2. So let's get started, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and start with Brandon. Brandon, you have a game to talk about, an Xbox exclusive. Please tell me about it.
Xbox exclusive. It's E3 all over again. Boy, I love hearing that. Even though haters will say you'd never hear it. But
no, it's always there at E3, right? It's like exclusive.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. But yeah, this is Xbox One exclusive. Well, and I guess PC.
And PC,
right?
yeah.
Everything's on PC and Xbox. But yeah, it's Ori. Ori and the Wisp of the Will. What the hell is
Will of the Wisp? Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
That's a play on words.
I did it for Will because it has his name right.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, just for Will.
But yeah, I loved Ori and the Blind Forest so much, and it's been a long time coming. I think this game's been at like 2 E3s now. But
yeah, it was announced at E3 2017. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it though because I love the first game a lot. In this game, I think I talked about it actually on the E3 podcast, how excited I was for this game. And it just looks beautiful. And I don't even think beautiful is a good enough word to describe
it. It is really just gorgeous. Like one of the prettiest games I've ever seen, honestly, right?
Yeah.
Like it is very, very pretty.
Mm-hmm. And that's not even, that's only part of the great package that we're going to get with this game. It's not only is it going to look beautiful and play amazing, but the music, the art direction, and just that Metroidvania gameplay and all the power-ups that you get and exploring, going around the world is, at least in the first one, it's a blast. And from what I've seen in the trailers for the second game, it looks even better. And I can't wait, man. I'm very excited for this game. So if
I'm glad you mentioned like the other aspects of the game, because like we talk about how the visuals are just drop dead gorgeous all the time, right? But like the first game, like Ori and the Blind Forest, really was just a very solidly designed game with great music, and it's like just the all-around package is fantastic, right?
Yeah,
and really it was also gorgeous.
But also gorgeous, just to be clear. Yeah.
But the level design was great too, and moving around
absolutely.
the level, more power-ups you get. It's just really fluid to go around this world, and it's really fun to play.
Alrighty. Well, I will get back to you, Brandon, but next I want to shuffle around here to Ills, a long-awaited sequel. Long time coming, this one. Ills, you want to talk about this game?
I wasn't expecting this, but yeah, talking about Kingdom Hearts 3. Wow.
Baby.
I can't believe this is finally coming out. I didn't ever really think I would see the day.
It's amazing, I think you're not the only one.
Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, on PS2?
In about, 2004-ish, right? Somewhere around there?
2005.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
13 years. It skipped the PS3 completely. How the fuck did this happen? This is as bad. This is worse than Final Fantasy 15. How did they do this?
Oh, which, to be fair, there was a lot of Kingdom Hearts releases in the meantime, right? But
it was the same.
But a lot of people have been waiting for this one, the big number 3. You know, the jump from 2 to 3. It's a big deal.
Yeah, this is the main series, not any spin-off, not any side story bullshit. This is the real deal, the meat and potatoes of the franchise right here. And this
Xehanort Saga is coming to a close. That word means nothing to a lot of people who are going to buy this game.
No, it really doesn't. Because in all fairness, it's fucking nonsense. And the story's fucking nonsense. But the gameplay is really good, and that's what I'm there for. I mean, I played pretty much every game in the series.
And you know, like the Disney fan service is always fun to see. And like,
yeah. Well, the Final Fantasy fan service too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm just looking forward to the gameplay. And I really want Sora to die.
Wow.
Maybe you'll get your wish.
I probably won't.
Truer words have not ever been spoken.
I want Sora to die.
No, that's not that. Well, that too, I guess. But like the way he explained it is that the whole thing is nonsense. But you're there for how great the gameplay is for Kingdom Hearts. And holy shit, does 3 look crazy? I fucking can't wait to play this game.
Oh, it is looking bonkers. I think we talked about it before, but like that Toy Story world, it really feels like the point where like, oh my god, it really looks like the movie, right? Like we've gotten to that point. Crazy. And
that's what
it's funny because like the last one, like we said, PS2, right? So just it's a huge freaking jump from because even with the spin-offs and stuff, they were all on handhelds, right? They were like roughly the power of a PS2, like the 3DS, the PSP, you know.
You've never seen the game like this before.
No, this is So this is a big deal.
It's hard to even conceptualize like PS2 to PS4. That's a hard jump to even think about.
Yeah, especially because like it's near the tail end of the PS4. The PS3 generation itself was so much longer than the usual console generation. So it's like it's been a while since the PS2.
Yeah, definitely.
So. Alrighty, next up, we got Noah talking about an expansion to an already released game. Please tell us a little bit about that, Noah.
Yeah, expansion to Monster Hunter World. It's coming in fall, in the autumn time. It's called Iceborne. It's called
Iceborne, yes.
Yeah, and it basically is doubling the game what Monster Hunter World already is. Basically, the big jump from 3DS to console again. They're kind of dipping their foot in the water, their feet in the water to experiment like how they can bring it back to 3D and such. And they did a pretty amazing job. And now that they are familiar with the engine and creating monsters and know what people like, they're just going ham and they're adding new ranks. They're adding G rank, which is like the much harder difficulty for going after monsters and quests. They're adding a bunch of monsters. They're adding a bunch of environments, stages, and a whole new story that takes place after the main game. And yeah, it's like a proper expansion, like the old days, where it's like twice the game.
Yeah, that's really cool
to
see.
I'm really fucking excited to go back to Monster Hunter Worlds because the content, while it was really fun, it was slightly lacking compared to previous titles, but now it's going to feel complete.
Right, that's what I heard, right? Like, which in fairness, they did jump to HD and like, they had to recreate.
Yeah. They did.
So many months.
The amount of work that was put into that game already was insane.
But like, from a content perspective, it is slightly lacking compared to like older entries, right? And maybe Iceborne, this is the one that's gonna really put it up to par with like the 3DS games. So it's very exciting to see. Yeah. Maybe I'll get back into Monster Hunter. Don't hold your breath. But. Anyway, I'm gonna skip over to me now. So this game, Noah, Brandon, you two I know are also very excited. Maybe a little hesitant about it, but excited. Pokemon. We got a big boy Pokemon game coming this year. Brand new generation, new region, new Pokemon, new everything. Oh man.
More?
So this is gonna be, so we took a sidestep with Let's Go, and I did talk about how that was one of my favorite games of last year, but still, it does not compare to the excitement of a brand new generation, right? Yeah. A brand new traditional core Pokemon game. I want to see those new monsters. I want to see the new region. I cannot wait to see what they do with a proper generational leap. Because to Game Freak's credit, you know, you look at from Gen 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, it's always a big leap, you know?
Yeah.
Like Sun and Moon look leagues ahead of X and Y, right? And so I think a lot of people coming in with the expectation that, oh, it's going to look like Sun and Moon in HD. I think you're wrong, actually. I think if you look at previous generational leaps, they're always a fairly big deal. Maybe this one will bring camera control. Who knows? Very exciting. But regardless, you know, just seeing new. There's nothing like seeing a new Pokemon. You know, the creatures. Yeah. I love to see new Pokemon all the time. And this doesn't happen too often. It's only every 3 or 4 years. So and just the first proper game on the Switch, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a dream come true, man. Yeah. Having an actual, you know, new generation of Pokemon on a console is like insane. Like 10-year-old Brandon is jumping up and down for joy right now.
Yeah, that is like the most exciting part of the announcement. That this is a huge generational leap. This is Pokemon's first official foray into HD gaming.
Home consoles.
Yeah, for this mainline series, and that's the most exciting part of it, because there's a lot of untapped potential behind that everyone's waiting to see. Even I'm waiting to see. It's like, what are they going to do?
Yeah, I cannot wait to see what they do with the hardware jump from 3DS to Switch. You know, that's a big jump in hardware. Like we were talking about Kingdom Hearts, you know, and I'm very excited to see this about Pokemon. So I cannot wait for this game. Hopefully we see some of it soon, but it'll be out by the end of the year, so I'm excited. Saf, you want to talk about a little game coming from Yakuza Studio, right?
Damn straight. It's Judgment. Oh my god.
Judgment. It is previously known as Judge Eyes.
Previously known as Judge Eyes. Judgment for the West, for whatever reason. I don't know why, but fuck it. It's a spin-off game from the Yakuza series, done by the Yakuza team, done in this almost the same style. It has the same kind of.
So as far as I know, it's the same city, right? Yeah. The same setting, Kamurocho. But a whole new cast of characters, whole new setting. I'm not setting a whole new, just like it's set in the same universe, but it's just it's all new cast.
It's
right?
all new cast, and it's instead of being the criminal, you're being the good guy. You're being the detective, and you just kind of like do PI work, like just spy on people, just assess us and whether or not they're trying to get evidence on them of doing dodgy shit, and then hold them accountable or hold them to task. And it has the same Yakuza style of like serious story, but with incredibly goofy scenarios. And I cannot wait to play that game. I really can't.
Yeah. Alrighty. And then finally, before we go rotate once more, Will has got a game he's very excited for. The new Animal Crossing game coming to Nintendo Switch this year. So,
baby.
I have a little blurb from him about what he wants to say. So Animal Crossing is going to be nearing 20 years old as a series, which is actually pretty crazy. Did not think about that. And there still isn't quite anything like it in gaming. So any new entry is always something to look forward to. New Leaf was such a wonderful step forward to the series with the mayor and town management, and I'm fascinated in whatever new ideas they bring to such a wonderfully simple series in 2019. Which, I think, like Pokemon, I think a lot of people are expecting New Leaf in HD, and to be fair, I would be totally fine with that. But, New Leaf did come out in Japan in 2012. These guys are sitting on like 7 years worth of ideas here. So, I don't know. I think this is going to be a pretty big leap forward, just like New Leaf was, and I'm very excited to see what
do you expect, 4K graphics?
I don't know what to expect. It's Animal Crossing,
I mean, so it's not going to look realistic.
Yeah, no, it's not going to look realistic, but and it's hard to expect. It's hard to really know what to expect from these guys, But whatever it is, I think it'll be good, and it'll just be nice to have Animal Crossing on the Switch. It is we say this for a lot of games, but Animal Crossing seriously is perfect for the Switch, right? Just like
seriously.
Having this nice little HD game that I could take anywhere, and I could just play for 30 minutes at a time if I want to, or I could play for 5 hours. It doesn't matter. I seriously cannot wait for this game.
I can't wait either. I think it might be my most anticipated game overall of 2019. But
dang,
oh my God, dude,
which is saying a lot because you were excited for a lot of games this year.
I'm excited for more shit than I can even count. Like I'm gonna be broke, man.
But Animal Crossing, oh man, it is. It's been a while since New Leaf, so yeah, I'm ready for this one. All right, now let's loop back around to Mr. Brandon. Oh, so Brandon, what's your other game here? You want to tell me about it?
Yeah. I just want to say I'm glad that I almost have a credit card paid off because it's going to be maxed out by the end of the day.
Fucking A.
But my other game, Yoshi's Crafted World, or Yoshi's Flippin' Island as it should have been called.
Yes.
But Yoshi's Crafted World is a game that I've been looking forward to for a while. I know a lot of people, when it was first showed off, were kind of down on it. Oh, it looks kind of lame. But I've loved Good Feel's work. I know they made some educational games, some games I didn't care about, but when it comes to their the Nintendo first party offerings, man, I love Good Feel.
Their track record's pretty good. Wario Land Shake It and Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yeah, Kirby's Epic Yarn.
They're all fantastic games for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all gorgeous.
Yeah, they are, and I really love their work so far. Wario Land Shake It, I think, might be my favorite one, but they're all very good. And Crafted World looks great from they've made a really good improvement from when it was first showed off to now.
Sure, yeah.
It looks way better, and Good Feel that's exactly how I feel when I play these games.
You feel good.
I'm feeling real good, man. I'm just feeling great. I feel happy inside when I play these games. I know this game, it's not, I don't even know if I'd put it in my top 10 for this year for what, the games that I'm most excited for. But I really felt like I needed to mention it because a lot of people, I don't know, it might just go under the radar. And I kind of wanted to give a spotlight to this game because it's also a game that I'm looking forward to and I definitely will play this year. It should be fun. Co-op is going to be in the game too, which I'm sure is going to be a blast. Mm-hmm. The music for most of the games that Good Feel has done, also underappreciated. I'm sure this game's going to have a really good soundtrack, and it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So check it out.
Yeah, honestly, because Woolly World actually had really good level design too. I think an undercredited part of that game is just I think. It had kind of a galaxy type of thing going on, right? Where they would introduce a new idea and use it to its full extent and then just completely scrap it for the next new idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was a lot of fun. And Crafted World, when I first saw this game last E3, I was a little disappointed. I was like, they went from Wario in this cool 2D art style to Kirby with the yarn and Yoshi to the wool. So to see them do something samey was a little disappointing. But I think as of the re-reveal last September, they've gone all out with the visual style. It looks actually a lot different from Woolly World. And they're really making use of this crazy, papercraft world, right? Mm-hmm. And it just looks fantastic. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm glad you mentioned this, because, this is not a game that would normally get mentioned in, what are you most excited for? It's not like, you're not, hyped about Yoshi, but, it's still going to be a very great game. Exactly. Looking forward to it. For sure.
Yeah, like I said, it might not even be in my top 10, which is crazy. But it's still looking good.
Yeah, this game, the most exciting thing about this game for me is that it looks like the type of game that I could just, if I have a stressful day, I could just pop this on, spend a few hours just relaxing, chilling out, just playing that game with no stress whatsoever. It feels like a calming game, a pretty chill game.
Oh yeah, sure. Absolutely. And just chilling out, collecting some collectibles.
Yeah, and the music. It's good. The music is always just really chill in those games. Yeah. I loved Woolly World's soundtrack, and I hope it. I don't know who did the soundtrack for that game, but props to them. And I hope it kind of
hope they return for sure.
I hope they return because man, I loved it. I got a bunch of those songs that I listen to. They're in my rotation of songs that I listen to from video games. It's really chill music.
Alrighty, well. Ills, you've got another game here, a Nintendo Switch exclusive, just like Yoshi's Crafted World here. Well, tell me all about it.
For sure. Demon X Machina. Yeah, when I initially saw this game, the Nintendo trailers didn't really show much gameplay, so I was a little down on it. I didn't really know what the point of it was. But then the latest trailer, which I think came out the last Direct or whatever, yeah, that really piqued my interest, and I got really hyped for the game, and I'm that hype has carried me this long. It looks really, really good. I like the design. I want to fight, mechs. I want to do all that fantastic shit. And the multiplayer looks pretty sweet too, right? There's multiplayer.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that aspect of the game, but yeah, there's online multiplayer, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, so I'm looking.
The visual style of this game is kind of rad, right? Like, you don't really see much of it. It's like a lot of reds and a lot of like
They have very
crazy,
very contrasting colors, which is like it makes the visuals look more pop. It makes the visuals pop out more in front of your face. Like there's like a lot of difference between orange and blue and red and green and shit like that, and it's very striking. It looks intense.
Yeah,
incredibly intense.
Very cool. And correct me if I'm wrong. So this is kind of like a spiritual successor to the Armored Core series, right?
Yeah. I believe so. Yeah.
And it's made by the person who kind of led that series. So it's very cool to see Armored Core kind of get a spiritual successor. To see Nintendo pick up a game like that, I think is just very cool too.
Yeah.
And very different from the usual Switch lineup, right? I think it really has its own weird, unique place in the library. And
that's what I like. I like when they branch out and they have they attract all these different kinds of games to their system.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, now I'm gonna go to Mr. Noah over here, and so this game is coming out by the end of the month, actually. So coming up real soon. Give me a little bit about it, Noah.
Resident Evil 2 Remake. I've been waiting so long for this fucking game to come.
They announced it a while ago, to be fair.
Not as long as Kingdom
no
Hearts 3.
idea how excited I am for this fucking game. I've been asking for this remake to happen for so goddamn long. It's finally so close. I've seen gameplay videos here and there. Not too much, because I didn't want to spoil too much, but I got a taste and I need it.
In general, it's what a very cool reimagining of Resident Evil 2, right? Like, it's almost a brand new game, right? Of course, it's the same story, same characters, but still, like, the gameplay,
oh no, yeah, it's going to be a completely different experience.
And it looks gorgeous, I gotta say. That RE engine, they are putting good work with
really
that thing, because, ooh, baby, looks good. Alright, Resident Evil 2. Anyone else have anything to say about Resident Evil 2 before
I also can't fucking wait. I love Resident Evil 2. I love Resident Evil as a franchise. And Resident Evil 2 is definitely one of the best games they've ever made. And God, it looks so great, too. I'm kind of on the same boat as you, Noah. I'm kind of not watching gameplay. Because I don't
you don't want to get that spoiled, right? It's coming out so soon anyway. You're just a little bit off. Yeah. Just wait till the game comes out.
I mean, technically, I already know the whole most of the events that happen, but yeah,
we might be in for a few surprises. I would.
I'm sure they will add extra surprises. It's like what they did with Resident Evil 1. They had the one director's cut, and then when they made the remake, they had that whole section with. I don't think Lisa Trevor was in the first one.
I don't think so either. And also Crimson.
No, it's like that whole section was just brand new, and it fit in nicely.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're gonna do something with that, with 2 as well.
Yep, definitely. I hope so. And like I said, Crimson Head too. That was such a surprise.
Crimson Heads.
They came out of nowhere.
Oh no, Crimson Heads in Resident Evil. Oh no.
Alrighty.
I mean, I love it. But, oh no, I'm not looking forward to fighting those fuckers.
Yeah, who knows what crazy things they'll add for this one, right?
Yeah. I really do hope, because one really cool thing that I loved about Resident Evil Outbreak is they actually are connected to all the Resident Evil games, like the mainline series.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was one of the last missions in Outbreak File 2 was you take part of the events that happened before the whole chaos ensued in the police station. So you get to see all the characters that you meet in Resident Evil 2, like the injured cop that's in that one room that gives you the first key or something to the police station, or security card. I can't remember what he gives you. But anyway, you find that guy, you see why he became injured and why he went into that room and everything. It's just, I really do they incorporate some kind of connection with Outbreak as well. It'd be really cool, showing past events.
Yeah. So, a question, a little bit of an aside before I move on. Would this be a good my first Resident Evil? Do you think I could jump into Resident Evil 2 Remake?
Hard to tell without actually playing it.
That's fair, but
I'd say why not?
I'd say it's a good, it could be a good introduction to the series.
It was my first Resident Evil, first one I ever played.
With the original release. Okay, very cool. Yeah, so maybe I'll make this one my first. It's about time. This is a franchise that I should have played by now, but I'm too much of a baby.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And, But anyway, let's move on a little bit. My turn again, and I'm picking Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yes.
So.
Yay!
Yes, surprise! I picked 2 Switch exclusives. I know, but
that was gonna be my other pick, but
but so Fire Emblem Three Houses, I'm so looking forward to this game. So, Awakening kind of revitalized the franchise in a lot of ways. It really breathed fresh air into this franchise, and it's the one that I got into. It's the first one I got into, and made me discover just this wonderful franchise. I've now gone back and played most of them. Even some of the ones that never came to America, I absolutely adore this franchise. I cannot wait to see it on the Switch. It's very cool for them to. I like how they're using the bump to HD, right? Like everything is fully 3D models, no more sprite-based map, which I think is pretty cool.
I really like the addition of like when you fight units against other units, it's not just them two dueling. It's like they have like
they have like they're like kind of leading their own section, the army, right? Which adds so much to the immersion. Because before it's kind of like it's a little unrealistic that these 10 people are taking on like entire armies. So it's very cool to add that element, right? Of like you're seeing like them lead like little sections of the army, and so you're just part of like a much bigger force here. Right. In general, like if you contrast this trailer to the first Fates trailer, the first Fates trailer had a very ridiculous boob shot of Camilla and just a lot of weird vibes from it.
Why is that ridiculous?
This one seems a lot more tame, which is a little bit more my style, so I'm a little bit happy about that.
Well, this is Fire Emblem. It has changed a lot since Awakening.
We'll see how the final product turns out, but I'm pretty hopeful. Echoes was a very, very much a step in the right direction. A lot of people didn't play that one, and which is fair. It was a remake, and it was late in the 3DS life cycle, but Switch was already out. But I hope it is more in that direction. That's something that appeals to me. And just in general, like it's fucking Fire Emblem. I want to play this on my Switch so bad. Please give me Fire Emblem. Please, please, please. This is probably the game I'm most excited for, honestly. Which is great. There's a lot of great games coming out this year, but like Fire Emblem, like that's the one for me. That's the one that I'm so looking forward to. Anyone else have any thoughts to add to Fire Emblem Three Houses?
I too am excited for it.
Oh, definitely.
It's just that like I didn't pick it mainly because
Instead, I don't mind if they put boobs in.
I don't mind either.
I'm all about it.
I don't want to start this conversation. I just mean like if they're not in that direction, I would be pretty cool.
But I didn't pick it mainly because we barely know anything about it. Like I'm super looking forward to it because I love Fire Emblem as well, and I really want to play it. Like it's been a long time since I played like a proper Fire Emblem game. I'm not including Heroes for a reason, but yeah, it's like we don't know that much about it, so I'm like. I want to be really excited for it, but I don't know anything about it.
And in general, since a lot of people didn't play Echoes, I think it's going to be a lot of people's first Fire Emblem game since Fates, which came out 4 years ago now. It doesn't feel like it, but it's been some time since Fire Emblem Fates came out.
It's been that long.
So, yeah.
Echoes was good. You guys should play it.
I'm itching for some Fire Emblem, for sure. All right, let's move on to Mr. Saf over here. I stole his pick earlier. I accidentally, but... you have a little Kickstarter game that's been a long time coming as well. It's, I think, 2015 is when they put out this Kickstarter. Tell me a little about it, Saf.
Yes. Bloodstained.
Bloodstained. Ritual of the Night, right? That's the subtitle?
Yeah. Igarashi's Return is the other subtitle. Oh, man.
Harmony of the Moon.
Yeah, ever since I played the Game Boy Advance games and the DS games, I fell in love with that style of Castlevania. And that's Igarashi style Castlevania. And this seems like one of those. It seems like a return to form. Like, even after Igarashi left, even after I felt as though Konami killed Castlevania, he's coming back. He did a Kickstarter, it was successful, and he's been given regular updates, which makes me excited to see how well it's progressing. This game is progressing. and I cannot wait until 2019 for just to play this game. Like,
and I just want to give a little note because I see a lot of comparisons to Mighty Number 9, and I want to kind of talk a little bit about why that's not necessarily fair. Because I think with Mighty Number 9, they went silent for long periods of time. You know, there was a lot of time where we didn't know what was going on with the game. You know, they just wouldn't share anything. Whereas this team has been super transparent, right?
Yeah.
All the time we're getting updates, we're getting demos, they take feedback from the backers, you know. And also, they put out a wonderful little side game this year, or last year, in Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. Curse of the Moon? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. We talked about it last week.
Yeah, we talked about it just last week. And so, in a lot of ways, they already kind of proved that, hey, like, look, this is not a repeat of the Mighty Number 9 situation. You know, like, we can put out a quality game.
Oh, come on.
They've
Anybody
already
that thinks
proven
that
it.
is, they don't know anything.
Yeah.
But also, Mighty Number 9 was not that bad. I just fucking finished playing that game. It's really not that bad.
Oh, okay, but
I tried saying that too, but it's not as good as they were promising either.
But yeah, the problem was like there's a fairly big quality gap in My Number 9 and what we would want from a Mega Man game, you know, versus like I hope this one can live up to what a Castlevania game, a Castlevania successor should be, right? I think there's a lot of hopes riding on it, and because they already proved with the classic Vania style that hey, like we got this. I have hope for the quote-unquote actual game, you know?
Yeah, I have a lot of hope for it, too. And you're not wrong. They have, you know, I backed this game way back in probably like 2015. Getting the physical copy, I can't wait for it. I hope I don't have to wait extra long for it. But I'm very excited for this game. And they're also, you know, with all the updates, I think it was recently, they announced that Way Forward was helping them develop this game. And
yeah.
That's pretty good. You know, Way Forward's they've got experience with the Metroidvania type games too. They've done, you know, all the Shantae games.
The 3DS Shantae in particular is actually very good Metroidvania, and if you like that genre, check that one out because it's like called the Pirate's Curse, I think. Sorry, an aside.
Pirate's Curse. I love that game. Yeah, you know, they got experience in that, and there's a lot of good talented developers there too, so I'm very excited.
And they've really gotten, I think, something I've seen with this Kickstarter in particular. They are so particular in making sure the movement feels right, and I think that's going to pay off. You know, I think that's going to be such a key part of what makes this game great. Is they're really going to nail that movement. At least I have hope. They've taken a lot of feedback on this specific part of the game. You know, so I think All right, and finally, Will has got his second game. Let me read you a little blurb. So this one's an indie game that was announced in about 2017. Wargroove. So Wargroove fills an Advance Wars-sized hole in my heart, and that alone makes it something to look forward to. But as a person who's been following development, there's plenty to like about the game as it stands on its own. Perhaps the thing I'm most looking forward to is the map and campaign creator. If we can have the ability to share our campaigns online and play against each other, there's a ton of hope from a game like Wargroove besides just the campaign. I'm not great at super in-depth strategy games, and Advance Wars was always the perfect balance of engaging without getting too complex for its own good, and I hope Wargroove is able to strike that balance well. Yes, I am very much looking forward to Wargroove. It looks great. I'm glad someone is doing this, right?
Yeah, they showcased it on the Nindies, right? Those
It was. We saw it in an indie show. I think the very first Nindies showcase is when we first saw Wargroove.
Yeah, and they just showed a lot of great games in that montage. So I was like, "Fuck, I want every game." So yeah, Wargroove stood out too.
I'm looking forward to Wargroove. It's a funny thing. Funny enough, last year I was at PAX East, and the one thing that just always stood out for me from that expo was I was walking around and I just hear a guy they had Wargroove set up, and I hear some guy go, "Hey everybody, are you tired of waiting for Nintendo to make another Advance Wars game? Come check this out."
That's pretty good. You know, and to be fair, is the perfect way to sell this game, right? Because like a lot of people want Advance Wars so badly. And it's like, hey, look, there's a game that is that will fill that hole in your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's
very
a good
much
way to advertise. I laugh.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's really funny. All right. Well, so this is just a glimpse of the games we are looking forward to 2019. Of course, there's a lot more we wish we could talk about, but we have a show to run. But 2019 looking to be a fantastic year, gotta say. Right? We talked about some great games.
Dare we say better than 2017?
Oh man, and 2017 was a pretty high bar. So, before we move on to the list, we have a little special segment. So, we have some New Year's resolutions on the podcast, actually, relating to the list. So, if you've paid attention, you've noticed there's a lot of times where some of us have to sit out on the conversation when talking about certain games because we haven't played them, right? And, that happens with me, I can tell you a lot. So, what we have come up with is everyone has a New Year's resolution to play 5 games that are on the list that they haven't played. And those 5 games are picked by our fellow podcast members. So we all picked one game for each other that we think that they would like or enjoy and or anything like that, right? So we're going to go one by one. So we're going to start with Brandon, actually. So everyone's going to go around and tell me what game they picked for Brandon. So I'll start with Will since he's not here. So, for Brandon, Will would like Brandon to play Okami because he says, imagine an even more pretty Twilight Princess, a game that Brandon loves. How can this possibly go wrong? He has a point.
He does have a point. I mean, I've played a little bit of Okami, but barely scratched the surface of it. So I really am looking forward to it.
Yeah, cool. So, all right, put that on your list. And remember, we want to beat these games by the end of the year. I'm going to let Ills go next. Ills, what game would you like Brandon to play?
I think he knows already. I've said it. Xenoblade Chronicles. We got to do it, Brandon. You got to. 120 hours down the drain. You got to do it.
I got to set aside some time for myself.
Hey, you're setting aside some time to play one of the greatest RPGs ever made.
It's so fucking good. You're going to thank
you can't really complain.
I know.
He's doing you a favor, really.
I'm sure.
Noah. What game do you have for Brandon to play?
I was gonna tell him to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night because I know he likes Castlevania. He should play one of the best Metroidvania games out there.
I love the genre, and another one. I barely scratched the surface of it. Just played enough to be like, oh yeah, I played it for like 2 seconds, but like,
it's very weird to me that you haven't played this one actually. It's kind of crazy.
Well, I never had it, and I bought it on Xbox one time. It was on sale, and I still haven't played it. So.
All right, I'm gonna go next, and Brandon.
Yes.
This comes with the caveat that you've tried it before and you've had some issues with it. But I know behind the controls there's a game that you would very much enjoy, and that's the Wonderful 101.
Yeah. So good.
Okay.
Brandon, just bear with me. I will sit down with you one day. We'll sit down together. We're gonna watch a video.
We're gonna teach you how to play
the game.
I know setting aside 30 minutes is hard, but we'll do it together. I will also sacrifice my time for you, okay? So we'll get through this together, because I promise you, behind the controls, there's a game that you would definitely just love. Just everything about it. Everything else about it, you would adore.
Brandon, you beat Godhand. You can do this game.
That's a good point.
And this game is so much better than that game.
I mean, the things I put myself through for the club, man.
Consider this part of that.
Oh no, I am.
All right, and then finally we have Saf. Saf, what do you wanna tell Brandon to play?
This is a little game that's near and dear to my heart. Fucking play Cave Story.
Oh, yeah.
It's short compared to the other choices, so be glad for that. But it is one of the OG indie games that hit the fucking scene running, and it was a fantastic game. I had a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah, I definitely think Brandon would like it. It seems like a game that he would enjoy.
Funny thing is, I played every single one of these games for at least 5 minutes.
Right. But see, now you got to hunker down and finish it by the end of the year, so you got time.
Yeah.
It's 5 games is a lot, but you got 12 months to do it. So,
it's gonna be a packed year, but I'll figure it out. I'll fit it in. I promise you guys. I won't let you down. Have I ever let you down before?
No, Brandon's a very reliable man, so I have my complete trust in him. Next, we're gonna go with Ills. So, Ills, what games should Ills play? Once again, I'm going to start with Mr. William over here since he's not here today. And he would like Ills to play Red Dead Redemption. He says, getting a pair 2018 eyes on Red Dead 1 to see how it aged is something I've been thinking about. And Ills has discerning enough taste to put what has and hasn't held up with the game. Plus, I think he'll like John Marston. So yeah, he wants, maybe it's a little bit selfish of Will, but he wants someone to review this game from a 2019 perspective, but also he thinks he's like the character. So, and we have it very high on the list, so.
Yeah, I'm glad because I have this game and I just never even popped it in.
Cool.
So yeah, I want to get it done for sure.
It's on your list. All right. This time I'm gonna let Saf go first. Saf, what game would you like Ills to play?
Okay. So there was this nice little moment where Ills was coming around to visual novel games.
Oh god!
And then he played Discworld, and then that just shat on every single one of his streams. What I'm going to recommend for you, Ills, my brother, is yes,
yeah,
exactly. You will have fun. I know you'll have fun.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a great visual novel. You can't go wrong.
I want to know what the hype is about.
Yeah, Brad. Yeah. As far as I know, everyone who's played this game on in here has loved it. So
I love it so much.
It's 4 for 4 so far. So, alrighty. Noah, what game do you want to give Mr. Ills?
Well, I was originally going to pick Shadow of Memories, but he was already dedicated himself to doing all the Game Club games.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick him to play Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
It's a fun co-op game,
this
and I'll even play with him. And if Saf wants to, he can play too.
I was hoping for something else, but alright.
Alright, but so you'll need a little help with this one, but Brandon, Saf, and Noah should be there to play with you. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. And Mr. Brandon, what would you like Ills to play?
Ills, do you have a PS4?
I do.
All right. You know what, Ills? I want you to play a little game called Until Dawn.
Ooh.
Oh,
it's a good game, man. I think you'd like it. It's
I don't actually know anything about this game.
Yeah, I really kind of want to see your opinions on it. I think you would enjoy this game. It's not an adventure game, and I feel like you're a big man who loves a lot of exploration and adventure game. You don't really get that with this game, but it's very story driven and a choice based game that I played through this game 3 or 4 times because there's a bunch of different endings and stuff. And it's not I don't usually do that very often nowadays.
Yeah,
and I think you'll like it.
It's incredibly beautiful as well. It's very highly detailed, incredible graphics. Yeah, I feel as though you would enjoy it. I feel as though you'd have a lot of interest in it.
Okay,
cool.
And my pick, I'm going to be a little selfish here. This is just the game I really want you to play because I really love this game. Splatoon 2. If I can ask, though, you don't have to. But if you could make the time to play the Octo expansion in particular,
yeah, I'll do it.
I think that I just think it's something you would really like. I really do. It's a very fun, challenging experience.
Oh God, I got.
Whenever you want to play the multiplayer, I will be around. I'm just saying.
Yeah, call me too for that one.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make time out of my busy schedule playing fucking Xenoblade Chronicles.
Well, we can play Splatoon 2 together. All right.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Okay.
Damn, no, I thought you were gonna pick Other M for me.
We were debating on you playing that for the Game Club, so I was like, I don't want to ruin that.
Also, I think it has to be something you think they would like. I don't know. I don't think you would like Other M.
No, I think
I was
would like
it. Whatever,
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Let's move on
misery.
to Mr. Safi over here. Saf, Will would like you to play Symphony of the Night. Will says Saf is a man of culture, and he will be able to respect the class and atmosphere that Alucard and crew bring to the table. That's a pretty good reason.
After all, what is a man, though?
Yeah, Saf, get on that. Get on Symphony of the Night. That's the second time Symphony of the Night speak today. Alright, this time I'm gonna let Mr. Noah go first. Noah, what
I was gonna pick Symphony of the Night, but I do have a backup.
Okay.
You're gonna play Tales of Symphonia, Saf.
Yeah.
If you like JRPGs, you'll love Tales of Symphonia, especially its story.
Okay, and you know, this is a very controversial pick in the list anyway. So having another person to judge that game will be interesting. Brandon, what would you like Mr. Safi to pick?
You know, I want to be like super selfish and have him play Mark of Cree. I really.
I promise. Alright, fine. Whatever.
But,
do your thing.
But you know, I'm not going to waste my pick on Mark of Cree because I want to pick a game that I think Saf. I mean, I think Saf will. Yeah, it's something. You know what? Fuck Mark of Cree. But anyway, Saf, I really want you to play Red Dead Redemption 2 as well.
Okay.
Not 2, not the second one.
TOO.
The original. But I want you to play that game as well. I think if you haven't played it, I feel like you really need to. It's just, I don't know, it's an essential for me. I love that game, so.
I'll find a copy.
Ills, what would you like Saf to play?
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna be selfish. Mark of Cree. Get on that. You gotta fucking do it. This game has been maligned.
Alright. No, that's fine. I was gonna do it anyway, but if you want to use your pick for it, that's fine.
Well, it was either that or Castlevania Bloodlines, and you already got a Castlevania game, so Mark of Cree.
That's fine.
Okay. So I had a little debate because I was like, I know Saf would really like Okami, but Saf was Mr. Mario, and I think this is an injustice that he hasn't played Mario Tennis Ace.
That is a very good point, and we can all play.
Yeah.
Mr. Mario himself has a Mario avatar as we speak. You know, it's wrong that he hasn't played Mario Tennis Aces. Fantastic game in of itself, and you know, I'm pretty sure Noah and Brandon are always down, and Ills are always down to play a little multiplayer.
Yes,
so
that's right.
You know,
I'll buy that game.
It's not like I'm playing a bunch of 100-hour games or anything.
you know,
You got a year.
I volunteered Brandon to play with people so many times already.
It's like 2019 has the most packed year of fucking games I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna play that. I gotta play all those games and all the Game Club games and all these fucking games.
Are you?
Sounds like a good time.
Are you not any more thankful for Cave Story now?
Oh no, I'm gonna
game.
be. Yeah, I'm very thankful. I'm excited though.
All right. Now let's go ahead and pick games that we think Noah would like. So Noah, starting with Will, and I think Will is on point here. He says Elite Beat Agents. I think the game will resonate with Noah's sense of humor, and he loves oddball games like these. You know, he's right. I think
I did love it. Like, I never beat it, but I did like play like a good portion of it. But I never beat it. I always like enjoyed it. So yeah, I definitely enjoy that one.
Yeah, get through it. Get on it, Noah. Ills, I'll let you go first here. What would you like Noah to play?
Noah, it's time.
It's time.
Time for you to reclaim your childhood.
Oh, no.
Yay!
You gotta play Trash It.
I will.
You gotta do it all the way.
I will beat it. I can't have you be the only one that's beaten that game,
Thank you.
especially since it's the one I originally picked
Please
for the
do
game
it,
club.
so I can rage.
I will.
And you can rage with me.
Alright, so Noah's got to play Trash It. Saf, what would you like?
There's so many choices that I keep going back and forth from. There's fucking Valkyria Chronicles, there's Danganronpa, there's Cave Story, and I can't decide. You know what? I want you to play Danganronpa as well. Randall's right there. I'm sure you can lend you a copy. Enjoy
That's
that
another
game.
one I started but never got to finish. I didn't get that far in that one though, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, enjoy it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, and Brandon, what would you like Noah to play?
Well, since I know Noah very well, since I live with him, I think I know what games he would like, and I really think Noah, you got to play The Walking Dead Season 1.
Yes.
Gotta play that game.
Play
I know
one.
you're a big fan. You played Life is Strange like I have, and you liked it a lot. Walking Dead Season 1, though, is like the essential of those type of games, and it's amazing. You'll love it.
All right.
Yay.
Just don't cry. Don't let me see you cry.
As far as my pick for Noah, I think he would love Blinks. No, I'm just kidding. No. This one's hard because I think Noah would actually enjoy a lot of the games he hasn't played here. But have you played Okami, or is it just that you haven't beaten it?
I just haven't beaten it. I've played like a good portion of it.
Okay, you know what? Go ahead and beat Okami HD, Noah.
Yeah,
it's,
okay.
It's a game you'd like. You know, it's a fantastic game all around, and you get through it. Get to that end. You know, and you know what? The Switch port is fantastic. So you know, there's that. Alrighty, and then finally, I believe it's me. Right? What do you guys got for me? So Will.
Wait, what about?
We gotta do Will's.
Yeah,
I'll do Will at the end, but
okay.
Save the best for last.
Yeah. So for me, Will would like me to play Drill Dozer, and the reasoning is just on point. The boy loves creative 2D platformers, and it will let him be insufferable by letting him troll and say that this is the best Game Freak game. And you know what? He's right on the money.
He's just fueling your bad opinions.
I will get on Drill Dozer. I'm very excited to play. All right, Brandon, what you got for me?
You know, there's a lot of games on this.
Yeah, I have the biggest list by far.
Yeah, you got a big ass list. I mean, almost every single club game. Muzzy.
Yes.
If I don't pick it, Noah's gonna, but I'm gonna pick it anyway.
Right.
Play Tales of Symphonia, baby.
Yeah, I knew this one was coming. I think I'll like it. It's an RPG.
You will like it. I wouldn't pick it if I didn't think you would.
Yeah.
It's, I know you enjoy a good JRPG, and it's one of the best.
And you know what? I'm looking forward to being able to finally have a say in where it's placed on the list.
I don't like that part. You always have the wrong say.
Ills, what you got for me?
You know what? I'm kind of torn between two choices, but I'm gonna go with Ghost Trick.
God damn it! That was my choice.
That's my pick. The same.
I love Phoenix Wright, so
yeah, it's a good game. I think you'll like it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all liked it. We placed it too high, but we liked it a lot.
Oh yeah, you clearly liked it as the placement shot. All right, I'm excited to play Ghost Trick. All right, thank you for that. Noah, actually. Noah, what do you got?
All right, so you already got a detective game.'Maybe you should play another one. Discworld? No, I'm just kidding. So I want you to play Alundra.
Alundra?
This is, yeah. I feel like you like Zelda, you like Alundra. I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Zelda is my favorite franchise, so all right, I'll give Alundra a shot for sure. Safi, what do you have for me?
Yeah, Stardew Valley. I feel as though, as a guy who loves Animal Crossing, I feel as though you will actually enjoy Stardew Valley. It's a nice, calm, relaxing game where you're a farmer and you get to socialize more with the environment in that. With the people in that game, and they are quite a treat to chat with virtually.
Okay, I will get. I don't know how I'm gonna beat Stardew Valley exactly, but I will put enough time where it's considered where you are satisfied. Okay, I will.
Damn, I'm disappointed. Nobody picked remake.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh, maybe next time. Next year. All right, so that's my games. I'm pretty excited to play all those. So, a lot of them have been on my list for a while anyway. Alundra was kind of out of nowhere, and I'm actually very interested to play that one in particular. But,
that's a good game.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally, let's go ahead and do Will's. So Will's got a short little list of games he hasn't actually played.
Well, he doesn't have Blinks on there, so I don't know.
Well... I mean, okay, so quite frankly, I'm gonna have to recommend him the only one that I've actually played out of his list. So I'm gonna go ahead and recommend him Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2. I've not beat it myself, but I did play a little bit of it, and it's a fun game. And he loves Dragon Ball Z, and it's a pretty cool game in general. So I think he'll like it.
That's
solid. It's a solid game.
That game, yeah. It's a solid stuff.
All right, Mr. Brandon.
Will, you got to play Winback. You got to play the first one. All right, you played the second one. I know you played a little bit of the first one, but I need you to experience how cool the damn first one was. It's better than the second game, and that game is so cool. This oozes coolness. That's the best word I can think of for it. I think you'll enjoy it. You'll have fun.
You gotta play as John Luke Cougar.
Yeah. Saf, what would you like Will to play?
I want him to play Metroid Prime Federation Force.
Oh, that's a problem.
Okay.
I never play enough games.
Yeah, you get to play it again.
God damn it.
It's a selfish choice because I never play a lot of games with Will. So I want him to enjoy Federation Force with Wa.
Okay.
Me
maybe
too.
this time I'll
play
actually commit to it.
Yeah, take my spot. I'll be busy.
Brett, I gotta do Brandon a solid here. I'll take Brandon's place. We'll need a fourth though. We still need a fourth.
All right, me.
There
You good, no.
All right, we got a little crew going on for Federation Force. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Ills, please tell me what you would like Will to play.
Oh man, now I'm torn. I'm torn again. Two choices.
It's slim pickings.
Two good choices. You know what? Iron Hander. I gotta do it. The game is
Nice.
good. It's a good game. You gotta play it.
That's what I was gonna pick, but I knew you were gonna, so I just went.
It was either that or Illusion of Gaia.
Alrighty,
Like, oh,
and then
man.
Noah, what would you like?
It's
Will to play?
either Shadow Memories, Alundra, or Illusion of Gaia. Damn.
Those are
Damn,
some good
man.
choices.
As far as I know, you guys like all three of those games, right?
I love
they're all
I
good.
love all three of them.
You gotta pick one.
I don't. You guys already picked my choice. Shit. And he's not here, so I can't really ask him what he feels like playing.
Well, how about since you already picked a Lunder for me, cross that one out. Pick one of the
Okay.
other two.
If only Will could psychically tell us.
Go
From the
for
spirit.
yeah.
He
I
says-
was
he
about to
says
say
Illusion.
go for Illusion of Gaia then.
Good
Okay.
game.
Okay, Illusion of Gaia. Will can try that out. All right, so that's our New Year's resolutions. We're all gonna play the 5 games that our dear friends picked for us that they think that they would like for us. I'm excited. Let's add a little twist to this though. Who do you think will have the highest completion rate?
Me.
Ills.
And if you think everyone will beat all the games or more than one, who will do it the fastest?
Ills.
I don't know.
Ills.
Alright, I guess that was the consensus pick. We've all got our money on Ills.
I mean, come
Well,
on.
he does have to. Well, it's definitely not going to be Brandon because he has Xenoblade
Yeah,
on his
that's what I was thinking.
Well, actually, he does have. Well, actually, a lot of us have Red Dead Redemption on the list too.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty long game.
I definitely don't think it will be.
games, but
even
also
though,
I'm me, so
yeah, Saf has Symphony of the Night, Tales of Symphonia, and Red Dead Redemption, but he does play a lot of fucking games. So
That's true.
Spend way
he has
too-
he clocked in 17 hours in a day for Xenoblade
What did
2.
you
So
pick for me again? I already forgot. I'm sorry.
What did I pick for you? I don't know.
It doesn't matter. We got the.
We'll go back and find out.
Oh, Ghost Trick.
Go straight.
Go straight. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the final segment of this podcast. Drum roll, please. We got the list.
The list.
list.
Because I'm host, it's the one time I have to actually be excited when I say the list.
Okay, we don't need this extra. Let's move on.
So, Mr. Mr. Saf,
Mr. Saf.
you have a game for us to put on the list. What
Yeah.
is that game?
I mean, I feel as though it's a perfect time to add this game to the list because it's a new year. I want to pick Paper Mario: 1,000 Year Door.
Ooh, I wish Will was here.
Oh,
why do you guys keep picking amazing games?
This
I
is real
wish-
good.
damn.
All
I
right,
love this game.
I got a
All
real
right.
good place for this game.
You did Will real dirty by picking this up. I'm not gonna lie. All right, tell me a little bit about Paper Mario: 1,000 Year Door, Saf.
Yep, it is an RPG. It's a turn-based RPG, but during those turns, you actually do action commands and you actually attack enemies. It's a nice little remix on that battle system. It was inspired from the Super Mario RPG game that came out on the Super Nintendo. It's got a nice wee papercraft art style to the visuals of this game. And it's incredible because this is one of the few Mario games that has an interesting story to it, which is not something that you normally expect from Mario games of that time.
Mario games in general.
Mhm.
Yeah, it took the first Paper Mario and it just upped it by 1,000,000% because it's
Yeah, they
so
just make
good.
it so much
this
better.
game is
fucking
crazy.
soundtrack's amazing. It's the story's so
So
good.
this is the first Mario RPG I played, and one of the kind of formative games of my childhood. To be honest, it was my favorite game of all time for many years.
Mhm.
Just everything about it, right? Like this is a Mario game where you enter and the central hub has a noose, just hanging out, right? The Glitz bit is just a crazy segment, like Mario is a wrestler now. He has a stage name.
The Great Gonzalez.
Tournament arc. You can't go wrong with a tournament arc.
And you gotta do these crazy conditions just like wrestling, right? It's like, you're putting on a show, and so that reflects in the battles. The whole train section is just, bonkers. You're solving a murder mystery.
I know, I love that. I love the train section. That was really cool.
Yeah, and this game just has really cool locales, such interesting stories. Every little area is so just cool,
Characters are memorable.
Every chapter looks so different.
It's a Bowser in Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is just a fantastically written character. Just he's not the centerpiece of the story at all. He doesn't have much to do with it, actually, much at all to do, right? But he does show up at the end of every chapter, and in certain parts of the game, and he's just fucking hilarious. I think this is kind of the origins of this hilarious Bowser that we've seen in the Mario RPGs.
Yep.
This is kind of like the first time we saw that.
And no, because in RPG, Super Mario RPG, he was kind of funny too.
Oh, okay, fair.
But this
is
where he really shined.
I think this is where his character truly developed, though.
Yeah.
And has kind of spread throughout other Mario spin-offs as well. And this game is just it's so weird, and there's no Mario game like it. There's no real game like it, I think.
No, it has not been topped as a Mario RPG, in my opinion.
I wholeheartedly agree. This is
like the battle system is so much fun too.
The partner system, each partner has their own very unique style of play, right? And they're all useful in their own ways. And it's just, I love the battle system of this game. I love having partners that are Mario enemies. I love joining forces with traditional enemies. It's that in of itself is just a cool concept.
Unique ones, and there was some unique ones too, like Vivian was super neat.
A little bit of a side thing, but the story with Peach and Tech is strangely heartwarming, when it's about a robot, an artificial intelligence, but it's this weird heartfelt story, and you actually feel really bad for Tech.
Really, it's good.
I have a psychic premonition come from the spirit realm from Will, and he loves the badge system in that game. It was a really neat way to allow.
The way the badge system can, we all
really
can play this
up.
game.
It's like, instead of relying on stats and stuff, just buffing up your character, you can give yourself different abilities. Like your hammer attacks will be stronger, your jumping attacks. You have the multi-jump. You can jump on multiple enemies, and basically unlocks new moves for you in a sense.
It just makes you feel like you're customizing your Mario, basically, right?
And the badge, it really is brilliant, because it totally changes the way you play the game, right? And so we can all have just our own so unique version, because at its core it's just jumping, and it's just the jump and the hammer, right? But because of the badge system, it just allows for so many different possibilities, and it's just a very cool game. It's hard for me to rank, because it's personally, I would want to put it super, super high,
it's going easily top 10.
And easily it still is, but it's hard for me to separate my personal feelings of the game with I don't know, Saf, since you introduced it, you want to start? You want to start us off? Where would you like to?
I was going to say let's look at the top 15, but you've already narrowed it down to the top 10.
But where do you want to put it? Where do you want to put it?
You tell us where you're feeling, just because one person wants it somewhere.
I want to put it above The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. That's where I want to put it. I haven't played Tales of Symphonia, and it feels as though our remake is actually really, really good. So
okay. So this words probably ring a little hollow coming from me, because I haven't played the two games above it. But I would consider this the best GameCube game. Granted, like I said, I have not played Symphonia, I've not played Remake.
I have played those
I would
games.
like it to be the top GameCube game.
I've also played.
I've played those games, and I would put it above.
Okay, that's fine. Hang on.
I would.
Wait,
too.
I got another premonition from Will from the Spirit World. I think he wants it at number 6 for whatever reason.
Yusuke Urameshi over here.
I was thinking like around that area for sure. Like
same. I was actually gonna put it below Xenoblade.
Well, that's interesting then, because like my sticking point. Bear with me, and I think I'm gonna get a lot of disagreements here. I don't want it above Splatoon 2. I don't know if Brandon will back me up in that, but I think Splatoon 2 is my sticking point.
I would put it above. I'm okay with putting it above Splatoon 2.
All right.
Look, I fucking love this game. It's so good. The only thing I don't like about this game is that they put that stupid bestseller thing on the front of the game. Before, the day the game came out, it already had that stupid bestseller logo on it.
It deserves it.
Well, they knew, but still, I was like, come on now. This game just came out today. What is this? Bestseller my ass.
Alright, well... So is everyone kind of feeling the number 6 spot then?
Yeah.
I mean, I would still put it lower than Ocarina of Time personally, but
in honor of our dead friend,
above.
I'll stick with the Will's decision and put it above Ocarina of Time.
Above.
Yeah, above.
I'm okay with it being above Ocarina of Time.
Are we putting it above Xenoblade Chronicles?
No,
absolutely not, sir.
I haven't played it yet.
I had to ask.
I haven't played it enough yet, so maybe I'll change my mind. But
I think we've kind of settled on a spot then. I think right above Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, all right. So the new placement. So we've added Paper Mario Thousand Year Door to the list, and surrounding it, we've got Xenoblade Chronicles Red Dead Redemption number 4, Xenoblade Chronicles at number 5, number 6 being Paper Mario Thousand Door, number 6 is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, number 7 is Metal Gear Solid. That is a very good placement for that game.
What?
I gotta say.
Did you just say number 6 is Ocarina? You said number 6 was...
I messed up the numbering. I'm sorry. Those are the games... The important thing is what's around. The order is right.
Also, you guys can follow the pacement.
Yeah. You'll keep a better track
than son of a bitch.
I'm always the one who remembers that. And
here on the Game Club, we fixed that shit. I got it right last week.
Alright, I'm sorry. Okay.
For the record.
But last week we did promise that we would do 2 games on the list. I think we have time.
I mean, do we have to keep that promise, really?
Yes, we do.
So, Mr. Noah, Noah has a second game for us to talk about. So this is Paper Mario is not the only game.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it is also a GameCube game, and it's also a second game. Well, it's not Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is the second sequel.
Yeah. It is.
It's Pikmin 2.
Oh, okay. Tell us a little bit about Pikmin 2.
It is, at the time, Miyamoto's was trying to figure out a new IP. It was like, what should I do? Made Pikmin 1. It was good. And then he said he should make another one. And he made Pikmin 2. And it was much better.
Right.
And it's basically these adventures of Captain Moldar. He is not in the second one. You take part of you take the role of Louis.
Yeah.
Is the other spaceman. And he is off to find treasures on this distant planet that's secretly Earth. And you have to collect all these treasures to get rid of the depth that you have. Oh, I think that's how it went, the story. It's a long time ago. And you find these little creatures. They're called Pikmin. They're like he calls them Pikmin because they remind him of Pick carrots from his homeland. And there's like little flowers. And you basically order them around. They carry stuff. They fight enemies. And it's a really cutesy but beautiful world that you navigate and explore.
Almost tragic.
And it's really, really fun.
Almost tragic because this is the Earth after the apocalypse. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah.
Like you find the supposed treasures that you find are like AA batteries, but they're like 100 times your size.
They're Duracell batteries.
Duracell batteries.
So we're not comparing it to the other Pikmin games because they're not on the list. But I would like to say, in my opinion, it is the worst of Pikmin. I think that...
you think 2 is the worst? It was worse than 1?
I think Pikmin 2 is the worst. No, I think Pikmin 2 is the worst. And
Damn. Interesting.
The reason being is because I think it totally misses the point of Pikmin. I think that there's a certain tension in the first game and in the third game that is completely lacking with Pikmin 2. I don't think you have this sense of urgency that you have to survive this distant planet that you don't really have any resources. You don't have anything, and you have to rely on these creatures to just survive. And I think that's kind of lacking in Pikmin 2 because there's no time limit.
I can agree to some extent. I can see where you're coming from.
I personally like that.
But it was a little bit too harsh in the first one. Granted, it was the first one.
Yeah,
the first time they're doing it.
3rd one was the perfect balance.
I think
3 was perfect. Yeah, because you can
balance.
add time to your adventure. Whereas, like, if you collect fruit and stuff, like, you can add resources so you can keep going. But you're kind of forced to collect those resources. But that's okay. But in the first one, you have 30 days to collect 25 treasures. So you have very little room for error. So if you fuck up, like, if you're like on day 23... I think
in reality, Pikmin 1 is a lot easier than it seems, because once you actually play it, you're actually, like, doing it at a rapid pace. And it's actually, in my experience, I don't know how you guys played it, but I ended up having a lot of room to spare in Pikmin 1,
Yeah, you can get multiple pieces in one day.
Yeah, you could if you micromanage
I hated that when I was a kid. Like in Pikmin 1, I hated the little time limit that they put on. It was very, very stressful for me when I was younger. And I didn't like it. And when Pikmin 2 got rid of it...
The main focus that I... Oh, sorry,
when Pikmin 2 got rid of it, I felt like a more fun game as a result. Although times change, people change, so who knows, maybe I might be wrong in this, but... Personally, I would have preferred Pikmin 2 because of that over Pikmin 1.
Yeah. But more importantly, what really made me love Pikmin 2 was the added multiplayer.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a blast. Playing the fucking multiplayer with my nephews. Like, it was so much fun. It's not collect treasures. It's basically you have to collect these marbles. If you collect 4 marbles, you win. But you're on the same map, and it's basically whoever collects them first. But you can also steal your opponent's marble and take it to your base, kind of like capture the flag kind of thing. But it's super fun, like seeing like you fighting another Pikmin army, and in the middle of that, there's these giant bulborbs trying to come and eat your fucking Pikmin. And there's also the boss spiders and shit. It's like bosses from the main game that can appear in the level. And that's just one chaotic mess, and it's so much fun.
I think for sure Pikmin 2 has one of the most underrated multiplayer aspects of any game, really. Like, it's really solid. Yeah. Will has a point that he wanted to bring up, and that's that he thinks the dungeons were a little overly long late game, and so it ended up, instead of being challenging, just tedious. I think I do agree with that.
But in the dungeons, you had infinite time to do them.
Right, but it just, like, it became this like you said, it just kind of became tedious, because it's just so much, they're so long, overly so.
Becoming tedious could definitely...
Am I mistaken, or were they procedurally generated?
I never felt that, honestly.
Dungeons?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I can't tell you for sure. I don't remember.
Maybe I can guess.
Well, Noah, since you brought the game up, where do you want to put it? I think we talked about it.
I have no idea. I didn't actually think that.
You only have 40 minutes.
Maybe around 40.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
maybe
reasonable.
Higher. I personally always want to put it higher, but
I mean, I would definitely put it below Luigi's Mansion. Personally, I think as a direct comparison, I know it's so weird because they're very different games, but if I'm ranking GameCube games in my mind, I would put Luigi's Mansion higher. Just personally.
Yeah.
Same.
I think
Would you put it above Stardew Valley?
Hang on, I'm getting a second premonition.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite GameCube games.
Will actually agrees with us in putting Pikmin at 40.
Okay, see, alright.
Like, it feels right around that area, but I'm willing to go higher if you guys want to, but I'll settle for that. What do you?
I would want to put it below 3D Land.
No.
Brandon and Sal?
I'm okay with it below 3D Land, honestly. 3D Land is a very, very good game too, so I'm okay with that. I didn't play a ton of Pikmin 2. I played it, and I didn't really get into the multiplayer, so maybe I'm missing an aspect of it, but I think the first one was a little bit better, and the third Pikmin to me is still the best one. So that doesn't really have anything to do with this.
Yeah, but I'm not fully committed to the idea of putting it at 40 because it's been such a long time since I played Pikmin 2. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. And yeah, I don't have like super strong feelings about Pikmin 2.
Yeah, so I'm willing to waver if there's a good enough argument to be made to be placed under 3D Land, or though likewise if there's a good enough reason to be placed above 3D Land, I'm willing to waver.
I think what it comes down to for me, I think 3D Land. For one, I personally find it to be infinitely replayable, but I think just overall as an experience, I think 3D Land is more solid. I don't think there's any low points, whereas to me, Pikmin 2 had low points. You know,
well, it's 3D Land is like there's no low points, but there's no high points either. It's just generic.
Well, see, I disagree because I think the post game of 3D Land I find to be extremely high points.
I find a lot more replayability with Pikmin 2 because it has multiplayer. It has the co-op missions. It has the versus mode.
So, I mean, it's really up to Brandon and Saf here, I think. But I think...
Wait, the Will decide? Sorry, not Will. Did Ills decide?
Will said...
I didn't play this one. I only played Pikmin 3.
Then, fine.
I'm going to say... I'm going to say below 3D.
You want to say below 3D Land? Muzzy says below 3D Land. Will says at 40. So does Noah. Oh, fuck, it's time to me!
You're the tiebreaker, then.
Go. Don't waver, Saf. Stick with it. Stick it at 40. It's good.
Feel.
Like, I love 3D Land quite a bit. Oh, shit.
Damn. Star Wars Republic Commando's getting no love.
Shit. I'm gonna put it below 3D Land. Because, like, I've had a lot more fun with 3D Land than I did with Pikmin 2. So I'm just gonna stick it there. But, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't want to put it any lower, personally. I don't know if anyone else does, but I that seems like a good spot to me, right below 3D Land.
Shout out to Star Wars Republic Commando. It's also
there you go.
So
somebody remember.
All right. So the new we have put in what game did we talk about?
Jesus Christ.
So, surrounding Pikmin 2, we have 39, Luigi's Mansion, 40, Star Wars Republic Commando, 41 is going to be Pikmin 2, then 42 is Super Mario 3D
What
Land,
the fuck are you talking about?
Pilgrim. No,
I'll take it.
He's right.
It's below 3D Land. Oh my god.
No. You said it's canon now.
I was like, that's not my head right. No. Alright, sorry. Surrounding it is 40 Star Wars Republic Commando, 41 Super Mario 3D Land, 42 Pikmin 2, 43 Scott Pikmin vs. the World, the game, and 44 Stardew Valley. Jesus Christ.
You got there.
Oh, and the gap thickens between 3D Land and Stardew Valley, by the way.
Just to point that out.
Just point that out for my buddy Will.
Alright, so that is our podcast for the week. Thank you for listening. Hopefully next week we have a big old direct to talk about, but we'll see.
God, I hope so.
We will see. Otherwise, we have a lot. In general, it's the beginning of the year, so we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot of ideas, a lot of things. So please look forward to our future episodes. We come out every Monday. Then we have the Jump Up Supercast Game Club hosted by Mr. Brandon Lovett. Every other, what day do they come out? Thursday.
Thursday.
Aha. So please check that out. This upcoming Game Club episode is.
Well, Shantae just got released, and the
next one is One Finger Death Punch.
Next one is One Finger Death Punch.
Okay, all right. Please look forward to that. Anyway, please follow us on our social media channels. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on other things. You can find it all at Jump Up Supercast. Otherwise, we're on iTunes. Please rate us 5 stars and all sorts of podcast services. So please check us out. You know what? I would like to give the final word to Mr. Saf. Safi, take it away.
Certainly. You know what? There's been a great injustice in this podcast that no one talked about Mother 3. We all expect it to be coming this year, and no one ever mentioned it. This is going to be the best game out of 2019, and it's going to be announced at E3. Everyone's going to be super excited. Get hyped for Mother 3, yo.